Have you ever noticed how some people always seem to have the perfect pool? No cloudy water, no leaves sitting on the bottom, no weird green smell. You walk into their backyard and their pool just looks ready. Meanwhile, other people feel like they are constantly fighting theirs. One week the water is cloudy, the next week the chlorine is off, the filter is clogged. Then, after one heavy rainstorm, the whole pool suddenly looks different. At Solid Structures, we build pools all over Hampton roads. And one of the most common questions homeowners ask us is how to keep the pool clean without feeling like a full-time job. The good news is, if you stay consistent with a few simple habits every week, pool maintenance gets a whole lot easier. So the first thing you want to do is take a look at the water itself. Is it cloudy? Do you see dirt collecting in the corners? Are there leaves floating around? Does it have a green tint? Sometimes the skimmer basket is packed with leaves. The filter needs to be clean. Chlorine dropped too low after a few hot days, or maybe there was a big rainstorm and the pool never got shocked afterwards. The 15-minute weekly routine. The people who always seem to have a clean pool are usually doing the same few things every single week. First, skim the surface. Leaves, bugs, pollen, pine needles, all of that stuff starts floating around before it sinks to the bottom. And once it sinks, it becomes harder to deal with. Then vacuum the pool. If you have a robotic cleaner, drop it in and let it do the work. If you vacuum manually, even better. The point is just to keep the debris from sitting there too long. After that, check the water level. You want the water to sit around the middle of the skimmer. Too high, and the skimmer can't do its job properly. And after heavy rain, this is especially important. What most people forget. Here's where most homeowners mess up. They clean what they can see, but they forget about the stuff behind the scenes. Take the skimmer basket out and empty it. Then check the pump basket too. Those baskets are packed with leaves and debris. Your water flow slows down. And once the water flow slows down, everything else starts working harder. The filter, the pump, water circulation, chemical balance. One small thing turns into 5 different problems. And while you're at the equipment pad, look around. Do you see any puddles, any dripping pipes, any strange noises, any air bubbles where there should not be? Because usually your pool gives you warning signs before something becomes a major repair. Why filters matter so much? A lot of homeowners do not think about their filter until the water starts looking bad. But the filter is one of the biggest reasons some pools stay clear and some do not. If your filter is dirty, your system cannot clean the water properly. So even if you are adding chemicals and skimming leaves, the water still is not going to look right. If you have a cartridge filter, pull it out and hose it down. If you have a sand or DE filter, make sure you're cleaning or backwashing it when needed. And pay attention to your pressure gauge. Once you know what your filter pressure normally looks like, when everything is clean, you will know when something is off. Now let's talk about chemicals. This is the part that intimidates people the most, but honestly, you do not need to overcomplicate it. At minimum, you want to keep an eye on chlorine, pH, alkalinity, stabilizer, and calcium. In general, you want your chlorine around 2 parts per million. You want your pH between 7.4 and 7.6. Alkalinity is ideal at 100 parts per million, with an acceptable range of 80 to 120. Calcium should be maintained between 80 and 120 parts per million. And if you have a lot of rain, a lot of swimmers, or a lot of hot weather, your chemistry can change faster than you think. Because if the chemistry gets off, that is when the water starts turning cloudy, green, or irritating your eyes. Those are things that turn into bigger headaches later, but if you stay consistent, most of this only takes about 15 to 20 minutes a week, and it saves you a lot of frustration, a lot of money, and a lot of weekends spent trying to fix problems that could have been avoided. If you are thinking about building a pool in Hampton Roads, Solid Structures can help you design something that looks incredible and is easy to maintain long term. Visit solidstructuresva.com to browse pool shapes and sizes, explore your options, and book a design consultation. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe and let us know in the comments what pool problems give you the biggest headache, because chances are, if it is happening to you, it's happening to somebody else too.